The future of Genshin Impact. This is a topic that surprisingly not a lot of people want to talk about, specifically pertaining to content creators, because a lot of Genshin Impact content creators need the game to continue to do good because that is essentially their livelihood and that is the core focus of their channel. So if Genshin Impact does poorly, if it is in a state of decline, then what purpose do they serve and what purpose does their channel serve, right? So here I am today talking about Genshin Impact. It has been a long time since I've done a video on this. It has been even longer since I just talked about the game generally. Now, when Genshin Impact first launched, there were so many people streaming this game. Like, I'm not kidding. I think it actually ended up being more watched than Fortnite, averaging 110, 120,000 viewers on Twitch. And even to date, as of today, there are channels out there that are averaging thousands of viewers for their Twitch streams. Although at the very same time, even during peak hours, Genshin Impact on Twitch specifically is averaging maybe 10, maybe 12,000 concurrent viewers, which, you know, granted was bound to happen because honestly, all of you guys are in Genshin Impact. All of you guys are playing Genshin Impact, right? And the grind is something else altogether. It is such an arduous process to continue to progress through, but there comes a time where even watching your favorite creator stream Genshin Impact becomes a chore, just like grinding through Genshin Impact has become. Therefore, it stands to reason why the average viewer concurrency has declined on Twitch, and that should not be indicative of the overall player base, because the majority of people that started playing this a few months ago are still playing it right now. And there have been a number of improvements, quality of life improvements, characters, areas, so much has been added to the game over the last few months, with more being added very soon. Patch 1.3 is actually expected to launch in February. Interestingly enough, if all goes according to plan, 6 weeks after patch 1.2 should be February 1st. So it is January 19th as of recording this right now. This will go live on January 20th. So less than 2 weeks, you should have your hands on patch 1.3. And therefore, if they continue to release the patches every 6 weeks like they plan to, patch 1.4 will come on March 13th, and patch 1.5 will come on April 22nd. Now, a lot is being added over the next couple patches, but one thing in specific that I want to talk about right now are the future characters. See, when I play mobile games, when I play gacha games, when I play these hero collector games, I like to collect the heroes. I like to collect the waifus. I'm sure the majority of you guys can relate. And for those of you that prefer to recruit the husbandos, the same thing applies. Now, I think about a month or two ago, there was a leak for patch 1.3 and beyond that introduced 8 new characters to the closed beta. These characters are actually really cool look. Well, I mean, several of them look amazing. You have a couple different lollies. Out of the 8 characters in total, there is only 1 male. Now, we know that Hutao is actually coming very soon. Hutao is actually Zhongli's boss at the funeral parlor, and apparently she does not get along with Chi-Chi. She's also a polearm user that has a pyro element. Then second here, the incredibly detailed, very interesting looking Mimi is a hydro catalyst from Inazuma. Then we have the adorable looking Yunjin, who is a geopolarm user from Liwa. And then we have Yao Yao, which is an adorable name. She's the very first magic using Dendro character. Then the other 4 characters are Sayu, who is an Anemo Claymore user, Kazuha, who is an Anemo Sword user, Rosaria, who we have actually seen through the story thus far. She's a Cryo Polearm user, and then Shen Li, another Cryo Polearm user who looks so good. These characters all look absolutely incredible. You gotta give MiHoYo credit. They did fantastic work when it came to designing these characters. Granted, a lot of them do share very similar characteristics to one another, and I mean, you know, that makes sense. A lot of them use the very same skeleton, the very same character models when running around or when attacking. They also share weapon types and animations. It's all to make this much cheaper to produce and to develop. But regardless, these characters, the designs themselves all look insane. Now, the tweet that actually announced these character models went on to state, someone managed to get the closed beta test models into the highest quality we can achieve at the moment. If you look closely on some of them, you can see what elements they are. Keep in mind, designs are not final, which means, I will reiterate here, that they may alter these designs by the time they actually make it into the game. Now, there are a plethora of new characters on the horizon for Genshin Impact. We have the brand new Inazuma region coming. We have multiple new regions on the horizon over the course of the next year or couple years. They have so much content planned for this game. There are just so many people still playing this. When this game launched in its first week, its first 2 weeks, I think, it went on to make over $100 million, and with its first month alone, made $250 million. That is absolutely absurd. And over the course of the last few months of it being online, the game has only grown in popularity. Granted, its active player base may have declined a little bit, and that stands to reason. The player base will always continue to decline, especially during large patches. This happens all the time in MMOs like Final Fantasy XIV or Guild Wars 2 or World of Warcraft, so evidently it would resonate similarly with the players that play Genshin Impact. Now, I think the future of Genshin Impact definitely looks promising, but at the same time, I feel like they reuse a lot of the same characters, and they just attempt to milk so much money out of a hungry player base. And I know so many people that have burned through hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on this game, and these people are making like minimum wage. And that does not include these content creators that are spending thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on the game, and therefore influencing their viewers to go ahead and spend a lot of money on the game as well, especially when they don't have it. Now, I think that Genshin Impact has always been a very fun game. I don't think it's necessarily a great game. I think that it has a lot of good elements, and I feel like it is very fun to play, but I think there are certain aspects of the game that really prevent it from being great to me. One of which is the horrendous gacha model. Another is the content gating. That is really rough to have to make it through. Anyway, regarding the future of Genshin Impact, I guarantee this is not going anywhere anytime soon. There are advertisements for this game literally on every video I do. There are ads for this all over all the different gaming websites that I frequent. They're making so much money. This is constantly talked about and discussed all over social media. And I think even despite the low viewer concurrency on Twitch, there are still going to be a plethora of people that are actively watching content creators make content for this game, especially on YouTube, where there are YouTubers that have gained hundreds of thousands of subscribers and average hundreds of thousands of views for every Genshin Impact video they do, and they're now complete Genshin Impact channels. But that is just my opinion, my impressions of where I think Genshin Impact is going to go in the future. I feel like we're on a good path right now. I feel like they're reusing and releasing characters a little too quickly. They're milking way too much money out of a very limited player base right now. Or not necessarily a limited player base, but a player base with very limited funds, especially with what's going on around the world. What do you guys think though? What do you think the future holds for Genshin Impact? Let me know down in the comment section below, and let's talk about it. Anyway, guys, that is it for me. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you guys next time.
Someday soon, I'm gonna make it. Yeah, all hard work's gonna be worth it. Ooh.